Episode 87.
What's up, Vinny? On a Sunday.
Monday. NFL Week 3. Mike, exciting.
How you doing?
I'm good. You?
Good on this Sunday. Ready for this old school Jets-Patriots battle.
I know.
10-6? 7-6? 3-0?
10-3, punt return for a touchdown.
That was awful. That's still in my mind from last year. It is.
Oh,
I still can't forget that.
That's
when everything went down.
That's when you just want to kill someone.
I know.
Well, not literally, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
So, all right, KKFI, Kansas City, big game tonight for you guys. The Bears at home. They expect you to win by 40. Okay. How you guys doing out there, KKFI? And Vin and Mike, podcast.com. Check it out. Go there. Go to the store. Buy a shirt. Buy a sticker. Say hello. Give us a review. We have a review section on there too. So check it all out. All right, Mike. Big Week 3. We're here on a Sunday doing the show because we want to do some live picks. We weren't able to get to the show during the week because of other obligations and things that are going on. So we're also in the process of finalizing a deal to move to a different network, which hopefully we have finalized. I hope tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, something like that. But once we do know, we'll let our audience know, and another place to find us, a whole other stream of listeners and everything. So we're excited about that as well. But let's jump right into it. Week 3 NFL. Let's start off with some surprises. Let's just start off with that before we jump into our picks. I think my number one surprise right now is probably Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 2-0. I didn't think that they would get off to this kind of start. Surprised at the play of Baker. I think he's been playing really well. And they got a very tough game tomorrow night. Monday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles heading down to Tampa. So I think that'll show us, maybe what kind of team they are. I think they're 5-point underdog right now. So they're not included in my picks, but if I was to bet, I think I would take Tampa to, not that they're going to win, but I think they could keep it to a field goal kind of game. So your biggest surprise as we enter week 3?
I'm going to have to, believe it or not, go with the Cowboys. I knew they would be good. There was a lot of doubts with Dak Prescott and what he was going to do this year, just, giving him a make or break. But they've been phenomenal both on the offensive side and defensive side. So they've been a surprise for me. Like I said, I thought they would be good, but now I think they're legitimate contenders.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting one. We'll see how they do with Trayvon Diggs moving forward here. I don't know how big of a hit it is for them because they still have Micah Parsons and all that, but we'll see. And we'll see if Dak is in a situation where he's got to throw some touchdowns. Right now he hasn't gotten there yet. But you're right. They're definitely making a lot of noise, and people are starting to pick them to be the team to beat in the NFC. All right. How you want to do this? You want to just go back and forth? We never discuss our picks prior.
No, we don't.
I don't know if we have something similar. I'm guessing the one thing that I have it on my list. We already spoke about it a little bit because of the weather here and everything. I think the under 35, Jets, Patriots, the bet, right? I mean, even if they do score a little bit, what are they going to score? 17-10, 17-13?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine getting into the 20s. I think it's going to be at most, Vinny, 17-10, 17-14, but that under 35, you'll probably get 98% of the bettors. So I think the sports books are hoping that it goes over, but I can't imagine it. I really can't.
No, not the way it's starting to brew out there already. It's been raining all morning. The wind is starting to pick up. The remnants of the tropical storm they're starting to move in. I think that'll affect probably a little bit of the Washington game as well, the Baltimore game. Those areas will probably get impacted a little bit. But I think the Jets game is going to be the one most impacted by the time kickoff is in 2 hours here. So we'll see. All right. So that guy, give me one of yours. Go ahead.
All right. Well, the one that I was looking at, I was very surprised by this, is that the Cleveland Browns are showing 3.5-point favorites against Tennessee. And I'll tell you something, especially with the injury last week of Chubb, and I think they're kind of flustered right now. I'm going Titans money line. I think they're going to win this game. Again, I think they're flustered. The Steelers didn't even run a single offensive play in the red zone. I think the Titans will. And I think that, again, I was very surprised by that point spread. Look at the Titans to take that money line. I'm taking them.
That's nice. I like that. Road victory for Tennessee. Trusting in Ryan Tannehill, or more like Derrick Henry is going to run them over, right? Kind of thing. And Deshaun Watson just has not looked the part.
No,
he hasn't. He just hasn't. We'll see. I think the Chubb injury hurts them a little bit.
Yeah, big time.
The other thing, people, if they're not aware, the Titans are number 1 in rush defense as well. So going to be a lot of pressure on Watson to win that game. So be interesting. All right, here's one I really like. I like Dolphins home minus 5.5 against the Broncos. Denver to me is still in a rebuild mode. I'm not sure where Russell Wilson is with Sean Payton right now, but I like the way Tua has been playing. I know Jalen Waddle's out, but they still got Tyreek Hill. Your man Braxton Berrios has been playing really well for them. I like the way Mostert played last week. He's getting his legs back under him, and their defense is really strong, and they still haven't added a couple of the Jalen guys back yet, right? I mean, once they get those guys in there, Ramsey and the pass rusher, once that all happens, I think this Dolphins team is even going to get better. I think right now minus 5.5 Miami. I think they could win this game double digits. The way I feel about that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
I agree with that. All right, we're just going back and forth here.
Yeah.
Okay, I really can't see Cincinnati going 0-3. So to me, I'm just going by their record and what this means for them. So I'm taking Cincinnati minus 2.5 against the Rams. I think that you're going to see a big game today from the Bengals. Like I said, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, keep an eye Burrow. I just think they're there today. I think they're going to win it. It will be close, but don't count Cincinnati out. I know they've been disappointing the last couple of games, but I think they come here to win today. They're not going 0-3. You agree?
Any concerns with Joe Burrow's calf?
No, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay, and I think
they're playing tomorrow night, not today.
Oh, they're playing tomorrow then. Tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. Okay. I was making sure. Maybe I was looking at it wrong.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm just a little concerned with Joe's little calfie there, But I think the Rams they're probably playing a little over their head, in the first 2 weeks. That Puka Nuka, whatever his name is, the receiver there. He's been having a good year. Stafford is good. Aaron Donald. But that's a good point. I don't expect to see the Bengals start 0-3. The only way I think is if Burrow's ruled out, then I guess you have to.
Then it's going to be a different feeling.
I think you have to reverse your pick there.
I might have to.
Or the spread comes down, you might still stay with them. Who knows? All right, one of my favorite things, Mike. What do I love? Overs. Ready? Chargers, Vikings, 54. Neither team can play defense. Both teams can play offense. This has got 38-35 written on it, 35-28, 35-31. I just think both these teams have big-time offenses, big-time receivers on both sides of the ball. Both defenses don't do a lot for me. I like the over. I thought 54 was actually low. I was expecting it to be closer to like 57, 58 when I looked this morning, and I was excited to see 54. So I'm going over Chargers, Vikings, 54 today.
I like that a lot, Vinny. I mean, both teams are looking for something coming in 0-2, right?
That's the other thing, One of these teams, both playoff teams last year, one of them is going to go out of there 0-3 and essentially your playoff life is like going downhill. The Lions are really, a top team in the North. The Packers have been playing well, so it's going to be hard to be 0-3 Vikings to win that division, because sometimes you can get off to 0-3, maybe you have a weak division, and I don't think that division's as weak as people think it is. And then, of course, the Chargers, you're not going to catch the Chiefs if you start 0-3, right? I mean, that's just the bottom line. And I think that ultimately, you find yourself in a big hole. 0-3 in the AFC is a huge hole. I mean, we know the way it's lined up already. Even with the way certain things have been going, you still got a lot of really good teams out there that it's going to be hard to grab a wild card at 0-3. So, I find that game really interesting. That's why I think both teams are really going to come out and try to put a lot of points on the board, and one of them will win it. We'll just see how the big win is. So
this one, I'm going different from my dad. So he thinks the Bills are going to beat the Commanders -6. He's going to take them. The Commanders are 2-0, coming off an impressive comeback behind victory against the Broncos. I actually think they're coming in with some momentum. The Bills come off their huge win, but I think Washington's going to be more competitive than people think. So I do think the Bills will win this game, but I think Washington keeps it close. So I like Washington +6.
Yeah, I don't know. When I looked at that game, I don't know where the Bills really are right now, right?
Yeah.
Are they, they killed the Raiders at home, and then they lost the Jets in week 1 on the road. So are they going to struggle on the road this year? Or was that just an anomaly game? At the same time, Sam Howell, I think, has been playing really, really, really good for Washington. He's looked the part, right? He looked the part in preseason. He's looked the part the first 2 games. Made a lot of throws in their first 2 starts. So that game is very interesting to me, in how good Washington is and how good Buffalo is. It's a very tough week 3 kind of game, because the one thing I always notice early in the season, and I don't know how you feel, week to week, you're not really sure because of the uncertainty and the play, right? Because guys haven't played that much in preseason. So sometimes week 3 becomes like their week 1 kind of game instead of it. So we're not sure what team is going to show up here, like on any side of the fence. But all right, another one I really like a lot, because Bryce Young is out. So Carolina's got to travel to Seattle.
I was going to pick this one. Go ahead.
Andy Dalton, listen, Andy Dalton's serviceable, but now he's 35 years old, traveling out to Seattle. It's only 4.5, which I think is I don't know. To me, it's almost like they want you to bet Seattle, so you get nervous when you see that sometimes, right? But I can't see Geno Smith and the Seattle team losing to Carolina at home without, especially no Bryce Young, a team that's still trying to figure it out, new head coach, the whole thing. DK Metcalf's going to play. They still got Lockett. They're healthy at running back with Walker. I like Seattle 4.5. I mean, I just think that's just a good bet.
Yeah. You know what? You took mine too. I think it's very hard to go on the road to the Seattle team. So I like that -4.5.
Okay. We got another one or no?
Well, we kind of talked about this, but I'm going to officially lock it in. I can't bet against my team, obviously, but I will go the under of the Jets game. They're historic, these teams, for going under, even in good weather. There's going to be a lot of defense played today. So my final score is something 13-10, 17-14, but under the 35. I'm absolutely using that today. I think they're going to play a very conservative game with Zach Wilson. Belichick will definitely have his way on the defensive end. Mac Jones, I think, is going to be challenged by the Jets defense. So look for this defensive battle, under 35, lock it in.
Okay. I'm going to give you a prop bet, a +550 prop. It's the Ravens D anytime touchdown. And the reason I'm going that way is Richardson's out. Gardner Minshew is playing. I like that he might throw a nice pick 6 here. they're still trying to figure things out in Indianapolis. They're not the best team, but this Ravens defense at home in the rain, fumbles could happen, all crazy stuff could happen. I just like that plus 550 Ravens D anytime touchdown. So that's my sleeper prop bet. A lot of anytime touchdowns I like. I like a lot of running backs this week, and I'm going to parlay. I'm going to tell you I'm going to parlay. Parlay Gibbs from Detroit, Mostert, Miami, Etienne, Jacksonville, Gus Edwards, Baltimore, and Walker III, Seattle. I'm going to take all 5 of those guys, and I'm going to parlay them anytime touchdown. I think they're all negative right now on straight up, but I'll probably get like a plus 800 or something like that to parlay those 5 guys. And then one other kind of sleeper anytime touchdown I'm looking at is the tight end on the Lions, Laporta, plus 195. I think he's another guy that could possibly squeak out a touchdown there, especially maybe Montgomery not playing today. No goal line, running back. I think Gibbs is more of like a flashy kind of running back, which he'll score like a 60-yard touchdown. But I think if they get within the red zone, they're going to look for like a big kind of target. Goff will look for him, and I think maybe the young tight end Laporta can get a plus 195. So
and
some of my props.
And sticking with the Lions, my big prop play of the day is over 68.5 yards. Bijan Robinson against the Lions. He last game he had 19 attempts, 124 yards. Panthers, he was a little less, 10 attempts for 56 yards. But I think Atlanta utilizes him. Detroit has some injuries, so look for that over 68.5 yards. I like that a lot today.
Man, that kid is electric. We knew he was probably the first or second best player coming out of the draft, right? Like Jalen Carter, the guy, I still don't get how he went 9th, but that's besides the point. I know the whole, drag racing thing and all that. But those 2 guys, Carter and Bijan Robinson, are right now the offensive and defensive rookies of the year. I mean, they're just phenomenal. But I tell you, Atlanta, 2-0. You got Robinson. Ritter's been, quality, hasn't made a lot of mistakes. They got pretty good defense, weak division. They might make a little noise, with the Saints. I still think the Saints are the best team there, but and then you got Tampa, right? I mean, all of a sudden the NFC South has got 3 2-0 teams when everybody thought they weren't going to have a team to finish over 500 again. But we'll see how that all pans out. But any other bets you got there, Mike?
No, that's it. So I think what we should do is what are your 2 best bets, and I'll do mine, and then we'll do a Vin and Mike parlay. And all
right, I like Seattle minus 4.5, and then the over 54 Chargers Vikings.
All right, and then I like the Jets. I like the Jets Patriots under 35. I liked did you say the Dolphins? Because I love the Dolphins. Was it minus 5.5?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, under. I'm writing it down here for everybody. Hold on. And all right, so it is for everybody that's listening. It's Miami minus. Right now, this is what I had when I last looked before we came on. So this could have changed in the last. I'm
gonna look right now what it is.
Miami minus 5.5. Over 54 Chargers Vikings, under 35 Jets Patriots, and minus 4.5 Seattle over Panthers.
Actually, the Jets went to 35.5, which is
there you go, even a better.
Miami. Hold on, as we close it out. Hold on.
They had
minus 6.
Who's minus 6?
Miami.
Oh, did you put it in? Let's see what it looked like.
Let's see.
Let's see what it looks like. Let's just look at it. Let's see here.
Log in.
Loading up. I'm loading up.
I'm gonna load up
everybody's on today.
Do you think that while you're doing that, do you think Dallas covers the spread? I think they're 13 against the Arizona. Or is that too much of a spread?
I just the only worry I have is going on the road, right?
Yeah.
So not that Arizona's got any chance in my mind at all.
Okay.
But I just can't see it. All right, so
All right. So give it to me. So Miami -6.
yeah,
Jets under 35.5. Go ahead. Give me yours.
yeah, I'm doing it under 35.5. We got Seattle. That's now -5.
Okay.
And we got over in Chargers Vikings.
Over in Chargers.
I got a plus 1,228.
Over in Chargers. Hold on 1 second. And I got a plus 1,228. Yep.
That's it.
I'm gonna apply my DraftKings bonus.
Your 50%er.
Yep. And
You see, they got the here's a good one for people if they want to look. I got this. I don't know if everyone, but on DraftKings, there's Bijan anytime squad ride. Bijan to score a touchdown boosted to plus 175.
Wow.
That's for you, Mike. That's your
bet. For me. I'm going to take that.
You just called him, to go over 68.5.
I'm going to call him. Be like over 68.5 today. Yeah.
Yeah. You got the all Sunday boost, right?
Yeah.
What else is in here?
I'm going to say something else too. First touch. I'm going to do this too. River Craycraft, because Waddle I don't think is playing today.
He's not.
So look for him plus 1,100 first TD.
Who's that?
That's River Craycraft. He's been utilized a little bit more, but now that Waddle's not playing, I think they'll look at him more. Plus 1,100, nice odds.
First touchdown.
Yep.
What's Berrios?
Berrios is plus 900.
There you go. That's a good one too.
I'm going to use both of them. So Craycraft and Berrios, $25 each. Boom.
Boom. Hey, one of them first time touchdown.
Yep. Then Vin and I are going out for dinner.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice steak. I'm thinking about it right now. Maybe I make steak and eggs this morning. I don't even think I have steak in the house anywhere.
All right.
All right. Let's see. That's it. Good. We got it in. Locked in.
Locked.
Plus 1,228. Everyone that's listening live, put in your bets.
Good luck today. Bet responsibly.
Yeah. Let me see.
Like
let me see if Anthony put in anything here. Let me see real quick for anybody. Let's see. I know he did some.
What's he doing with the Bears today?
Probably choking himself.
All right.
He's not happy. He didn't like the press conference from Fields at all. He said he's been a Bears fan since he's been in second grade, and it was the worst he's ever felt about the team.
It's awful.
Kind of sad, right?
It is kind of sad.
I'll give you another guy that the Dolphins maybe he'll score an anytime touchdowns. The tight end Smythe.
We'll put him in too. Maybe I'll go down in price.
Yeah.
15, 15, and 15.
Something like that.
Okay.
Because that guy's been getting like 95% of the passing routes he's been in.
Okay.
I know Anthony liked Kelsey and Pollard to add into the anytime touchdown parlay. So if you want to do like two higher guys to add in and anytime touchdown parlay for people.
Let's give that one too to our audience after this. We'll put it all down, put it on Instagram.
Anytime touchdown parlay?
Yeah, we'll do one of those. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you post it. So if you go to our Instagram, Vin and Mike podcast, it'll be up there. You can check it out. All right, Mike.
Vin,
you're
on those Jets. I don't.
How's your fantasy team doing? By the way, how you feeling about it?
1-1.
Uh-huh.
But with some injuries, had to reboot a little bit, right? So
yeah, I got a tough matchup today. I looked at the guy I'm playing. I'm 1-1 also. The guy I'm playing is 2-0 in our league, and the matchups are like tough because he already had Debo and McCaffrey go, so he's already beating me like 8-0 or something.
Oh damn!
So he got like two big games out of both of them to start. So I gotta hope that the rest of his guys fail, but I'm not feeling good about a good 2-1 start there. So
yeah,
yeah.
How about the Raiders? What we got going on?
I like the Raiders tonight. I think.
Okay, you didn't even mention anything.
Home. Sunday Night Football. Yom Kippur starts, so all that's going on. Not for me, for you. But Raiders, I like them to win by 3 tonight.
Okay.
I can see them winning like 27-24, something like that.
All right.
I think with Jacoby Myers back, Adams there, I think Jacobs will have a better game than he's had the first two. I think the defense will do well against Kenny Pickett. And I like being at home. I think that this is the kind of game that they should win. Like if we're going to be competitive, we need to win this game and get to 2-1 and everything. It's just like the Jets, right? If the Jets are going to be competitive, they have to win today, right?
They have to.
They have to win.
I'm going to the game next week, by the way.
Let me ask you before we go: if they lose today, do you have to remove Zach starting next week, or do you just let him get slayed to the Kansas?
I think the phone calls. I told you this last week. I gave them 2 games. I knew Dallas was going to be tough. I felt like we didn't really compete. We had that, we had that Garrett Wilson touchdown, but that was Garrett Wilson, right? I felt we were getting the same Zach Wilson that we did last year. It was kind of like Groundhog Day to me.
Yeah.
This is a game. You have a Patriots team 0-2. You're home. This is a game you have to win. To me, this is a must-win. And if Zach Wilson bombs like last year, what they did against them, Joe Douglas should be on the phone and just making that phone, just saying we have to do something to save our season because you have a great team here. You don't want to throw it away. That's it. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. 2 weeks of practice, but we're going to get the same person. I don't know.
Boomer Esiason thinks they should have already signed Carson Wentz. That as bad as Carson Wentz was last year, he's felt that he's still better than Zach Wilson.
I just feel we talked about this before the show. He gets flustered so easily. And I feel that good quarterbacks could just wipe that away and just keep focused, right? So, they have to – what he didn't utilize last game is getting Breece Hall involved.
Yeah, they didn't win the ball at all.
You have to get him involved more, period. Yeah.
Well, Hackett's going to have to change his philosophy a little bit there. And, I think they got to go more like 60-40, right? Run to pass. They got to look. They got to look to run the ball. What 35 times today?
If you're going to win the game, if you're going to win the game in these conditions, you got to utilize that run game.
Right. You got Hall. You got Cook. You can still use Michael Carter.
Yeah.
Right. Figure 40, 45, something like that. Run 30 runs, 35, 40. I don't know. Is there a over under on attempts?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Yeah. What did you think of this? So real quick before we go, Giants Thursday night. What did you think of that game? They were terrible.
You knew going in, especially without Saquon, it was going to be very difficult for them to win.
Short week.
Let alone stay competitive. I just felt like they weren't even in the game. Now, San Fran had to pick up the steam because they weren't playing that well either in the first.
Thursday nights are tough games, man. They're usually great games to bet like under. They're great games to bet underdogs. This one was. I just felt, and we talked about it. We felt that you had to take San Francisco the minus 10.5,
right? Because
the short week, no Barkley. They were played in Arizona. They had to stay out there, in Arizona, sleeping in hotels. The whole thing. It just smelled like a route for the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
Purdy, I tell you, Purdy's going to have to get a little bit better on some of his deep throws and some of that stuff, because as you start playing the Dallases and the Eagles of the world, you don't want to get caught up in where McCaffrey has to do everything or Debo has to do everything. They need Purdy to make some of those throws. I think that's where he just needs to improve on. But I tell you, he goes out there, it's like he's been in the league 10 years. I'll be honest. He looks the part.
Yeah.
He just looks the part. He hasn't even played a full season yet. He's played how many games? Like 12? 11? Like, he hasn't even played 17 regular season games yet. So it's amazing.
I know.
7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah. All these scouts, all this stuff that's done, and there's no perfect science to this draft stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, you get a lot of these first and second rounders right, but it's like no perfect science. All right, it's 11:30. All the inactives are coming in for the 1:00 games. We got to go check our fantasy lineups. Mike, good doing the show on a
Great
Sunday.
doing the show. Good luck. I hope our parlay hits. I'll post it for our Instagram.
Thanks for everybody tuning in. We'll see you sometime next week.
Yes.
All right.